Lots of people were hoping to see a production spec 750 from Himalayan and EICMA this year. It's not happened, but they have shown us two 750cc models. We start with the one probably more people are interested in. This is the Himalayan 750. They say it's a development model. Oops, that is not what I want to show you, but it's a development model, testing in progress. It will come out on sale sometime next year, and we've seen spy pictures of this bike quite extensively, so the design is not a surprise, but I'll walk you through it. The main feature is that large fuel tank, likely to be 20 odd liters, given the fact that the Himalayan 450 already has quite a large fuel tank itself. Another design aspect that's unique here is the upswept exhaust. Goes very well with the adventure bike vibes, but it's going to be a little restrictive in terms of what luggage you can carry. Wheel sizes are 17 rear and 19 front, unlike the Himalayan 450. Which again hints at the fact that this is a touring adventure motorcycle, not a more off-road focused adventure like the Himalayan 450. Ground clearance seems to be decent, not a huge amount, and in a way that's a good thing because the seat height shouldn't be too tall, as this will be a heavy motorcycle. The classic 650 itself weighs 240 plus kilos. This is likely to be 250 plus, given how much fuel is in there. Another big visual element to this motorcycle is this panel along the side. Royal Enfield has got a lot of feedback that the Himalayan, while being a good looking motorcycle, doesn't look like a traditional ADV, and this helps address that to some extent. Let me walk you over to the other side where we can see the engine from this side. You can see it's different header pipe routing, and there is a plastic bash guard down there. Dual front brakes, again a necessary improvement on a motorcycle that is going to be this big. And we have, what are these tires? I can't find a brand on them. Right, there it is. These are Vredestein Centauro tires, which are, the tire size is hidden back there. I think it's a 160 tire. No, actually on second thought, that's more like a 150. So it is a wider tire than the Himalayan 450, but not a particularly wide tire. This is another look at the motorcycle, and from the rear it's very familiar. This is complete Himalayan 450, Guerrilla 450. Nice similar sort of luggage rack to those bikes. And from the rider's point of view, you have familiar switch gear. Let me just focus on that at both ends with the RE typical toggle switch, mode switch. The same circular TFT display, which looks very well. It's mostly quite functional. And there's also some adjustable suspension out there. Now, whether this is just for the development model, and I'm not sure, it could be, because it does look like those adjusters on top are an afterthought on top of that bolt. But we'll have to see if the production bike comes with adjustable suspension. You've also got adjustable levers, and overall it looks like it'll be a nice, functional, smooth, good sounding twin cylinder adventure touring motorcycle. This engine is likely to produce about 55 to 60 horsepower, which is a good step up from the Royal Enfield 650 engines. But there is some unexpected competition coming in the way of the new Norton 585s that will also be made in India, that will also go on sale in India in the first half of next year. And that engine, I think, is going to be more powerful. Won't have the same torque of this engine, but it will be more powerful. So next year is looking really interesting for adventure touring bikes in India. Before I move on to the next 750 bike here, I think this is also a very nice touch. Remote preload adjuster, great thing to have on a big, heavy adventure bike, especially if you want to put a pillion on there or luggage. You can easily ramp up the preload. Now, let's walk over to the other 750cc bike on display at the RE stall. And while we go there, let's take a look at some of these nice, cool looking, very cool looking, custom bikes. Sorry, I just ran into someone there. Okay, this is the smaller capacity section, but that's not what we're here to see. This is what we're here to see. This is the Continental GT-750, and it's the sort of race bike version of the Continental GT-750. Again, similar engine, the new 750cc oil-cooled motor, twin front discs. They continue on an 18-inch rim, if I'm not wrong. Yep, that is an 18-inch rim, and these are on JK tires, which makes sense given that the race bikes run on JK tires as well. Again, new swing arm at the back. Not sure how many chassis revisions there are. We'll find out when the bike goes on sale. As for sales, this bike is likely to come out maybe after the Himalayan 750, but I believe it will debut the 750cc engine first. So that's where maybe we may see this engine first. Finally, let me give you a look at the cockpit. Good old school retro dials and a nice looking rev counter out there. A very nice looking Akosato brake master cylinder. Wonder if that will make it to the production bikes or if that's just for racing. And yeah, it's a pretty motorcycle. Continental GT-R 750. As you can see, no headlight. This is a race bike, and I believe this is where we'll first see the 750cc engine in action. That effectively is the RE 750 offering at EICMA. These bikes will go on sale sometime next year. We're not exactly sure when, but for now, feast your eyes on that beautiful motorcycle.